and I was kind of inspired by this, by the significant event that we did. Is the Pesta Sukan Air that was held in 2016 and 2019. It was actually an effort to develop a part of the Johor River coast, and it was thought as an opportunity as a new tourism product. And this event actually succeeded in bringing the local community together because that is the point of the cultural center. And examples of the activities were some things like kayaking, barrel race, tug of war, and as well as boat racing. So to connect the dots, I to connect the dots, I would like to try to do a jong race to relate it back to the jong race, which has something to do with the water activities. So is my slide next? The jong race is actually a tiny traditional sailing boat. It was originated from the Riau archipelago. It was introduced to Johor by the migrants, and it is actually a popular pastime in Kampung Linting in Tanjung Surat. The locals actually crafted the jongs themselves during their pastimes, and it was made out of kayu pulai as a material, and it is highly available in the swampy area of Kampung Linting. It was said that it has high potential in agrotourism product in the Kota Tinggi district. So, for example, they have like three various sizes of the jong: small, medium, large, ranging to 130 cm to 190. And players must have the skills to master the wind direction, reading skills, and as well as the sea current. Um, Also, how they play it, they sail out to sea before releasing the boat towards the shore, as you can see from the photo. So for my building program, I wanted to make an arts and craft academy where the main program is the historical gallery, where we would reintroduce and repopularize the traditional sport of jong race, because they receive a lot of comments where it has not been continued among the youth, as well as jong crafting workshop, which offers a traditional miniature sailboat workshop while providing job opportunities for the locals. We basically give back to the locals, and as well as masterclass, where we encourage a beneficial hobby while learning the skills to raise jong from the locals' expertise. And then going into building program, um, we will have an office, of course, where we'll have the reception waiting area, as well as the master crafters office and the crafters office, all the workers, and then pantry and also meeting room. For the gallery, we're kind of trying to make a walkthrough gallery, as well as souvenir shop and information desk. For the workshop, we will have a crafting desk workshop, where this is the place this is the place where the jong crafting will uh, be going on, and equipment and machinery, where all the equipment will be, and storage space for the materials to make the jongs, loading area, exhibition area, as well as pantry. And then for masterclass, we'll have a few classrooms for lectures and studies, and also model making room. We'll also have cafe, uh, others like toilets, surau, and lounge spaces, as well as a few services space such as lift call with risers, control room, switch room, pump room, and as well as sensor. Okay, moving on to my client. Moving on to my client. Um, I'm not sure if this is okay, but I decided on this, the Duta Jauha. It's actually the Johor government initiative to develop and advance the socio-economy of Johor society through involvement of students. So they have actually experienced in organizing a Duta Johor Skills Jong Carnival in Kampung Linting itself recently by the project director Muhammad Afiq Aiman, because they discovered that it was a popular pastime in the area and they wanted to develop it more. And it will not only be beneficial to the local community but also for students to gain experience. And the Duta Jaha program also assists youth and students, small, medium entrepreneurs, low income earners, indigenous peoples, and as well as single mothers. So from this client choice, I think students' involvement in making the building happen will be a good point lah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all from me.
Okay, can you go to slide number 6, the building program that just now? Okay, so it's a historical gallery. This is the main component, is the historical gallery, the Jong crafting workshop. Because this crafting workshop, it will be segregated into few section. Okay, cutting the wood, and then carving, and then you need to polish them, and then painting, and then installing the parts and so on. And then you have the master class. Master class is for
It's for like the veterans will teach the younger generations how to play how to raise jong.
or it's more on racing.
Yeah, it's a sport itself. It's a game itself.
It's the game itself.
Yeah.
So all right. It's a good proposal with the injection of an academy, part of the program, the building program. Next slide, please. Okay, on this part, gallery, I think you need a few spaces more. It's on the retails, and then where people can come, and it's not just a souvenir shop. Souvenir shop, it's like a typical things. It's a bigger shops that will sell jong in a different level. I mean, what we have now is just a jong for play, right? And then probably jong as a miniature, and then miniature will comes into 2 or 3 types, the VIP types, higher rated, and so on. So because and then you also need to have a hub or a space or place where people who bought the items, if something happened to the parts, broken or lose the parts and so on, they can come to service back. A service for
Service center.
yes, some sort like a service center for the jong.
Okay.
Okay, let's say one of the layar is already corrupted, cannot be used, then how they want to make a replacement of that, right? And then after this, like it's like after sales service place, that things kind of things. Okay, and then for the workshop, I think you need to study a bit how the dough making itself in order for you to understand and to segregate the space according to the flow of making the dough itself. You can try to find in the YouTube video if there is any. Actually, there's I did went for discussion session. It's about the jong with the with the owner of the bengkel of the jong making, but it is not yet aired until today. The recording was made back in August. If I get the date now, we'll let you know so that you can have a better view about the jong.
All right. Is
Okay.
it from the Kampung Linting?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And then in terms of class, so now you have 2 classes only.
I think so.
Okay. About the class, probably you need to think a little bit deeper on how the program will be for the academy.
Okay.
Because it's not just a class where you sit and listen for a lecture. You need to do the model and then to understand the component. Because the current shape of drone itself, I can say it is not yet commercialized. So by having this academy, it will bring the drone in another level where the drone will be commercialized, where you need an injections of a new idea, probably in terms of the color selection, because you can see the color is so obvious and it's not really nice to be seen as a harmony color, right? It's very line lah. So that's why it needs a professional opinion in terms of the color combination. So probably that will be the things. Injections probably to beautify the jong itself. It will inject in um something like a wood carving in the body of the jong itself, all those things. So definitely you will need a few model making rooms. Painting is a different room.
Okay.
Okay, a workshop for the model making in a bigger scale, because it's going to be in a mass production it's going to be different, but the one for the students is going to be different. Because or probably you want to make it like it's, in the same space, but there's a hour, but it's gonna be a bit, I don't know. You need to think about it. You need to come with a proposal in detail on how you want to merge this academy and the current jong making.
Okay. Can I propose a pool room?
It's up to you. You need to come up with a justification.
Okay.
I will what can I say? I will evaluate based on your justification.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
The rest I think should be okay, but it is not a genset room. It's not just a genset room. You need a TNB room as well for the services
Alright.
and other in mechanical and other electrical
M&E.
uh
Okay.
rooms as well. Okay. And
Alright.
office of definitely you're going to have 2 types of office, one for the academy, one for the building itself.
Alright.
Because the academy is to serve for all the students, and it will comes into the security and segregation of the spaces. Where do you want to put the academy, on which level, which part, where the public can come until which area, and so on. That is the things you need to look into deep. Okay,
Okay.
Kati? Alright, so far so good.
Thank you, Arsha.
Welcome.
Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah? All right. So I'll first start with the main issue, which is how can I with my design involve the inner city and revitalize the efforts to embrace different cultures and promote desirable spaces in Kutatini. And the client, I have basically 2 clients, but maybe possibly more. The first one is the Tourism Association of Kutatingi, and then Think City, and probably like other community organizations and so on. And the users I want to be like locals, residents, tourists, and business professionals. So the first client is the Tourism Association of Kutatingi, which basically like the main purpose of it was to unite the tourism industry and like individuals who are interested in be like
Nada,
tourists.
can
Yes.
you zoom out your slide because it's too small. It's hard for me to read.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Where was I? Oh yeah, like allowing the association allows entrepreneurs and organizations or like local organizations to develop and promote tourism through their businesses. And the second client is Think City, which like the main purpose or mission is to rejuvenate cities and support community-driven initiatives. So it's basically to relive in the city because, as I've said, the problem statement, I want to revitalize the city and promote the attractive spaces of Kotavini and so on. So my main emphasis would be for tourism, culture, and community. Embracing the history with tourism and centralizing a community hub for the community and culture and so on. So these are my principles, like my own principles, not the clients. I want the design to be accessible, inclusive, welcoming, responsive, supportive of individual community members and wellness, and sustainable. And for the program, I had like these are the community engagement programs I did in the beginning, and then I have the organized and casual programming. For the cultural community aspect of it, I want to have a youth center, senior center, and then other spaces, workshops, offices, and so on for the tourism aspect of it. And for the casual programming, it's also for the community aspect of it. For my present studies, the first one is Rural School in Hope. It's in Colombia, sorry. And I took this one first because it has permeable architecture and like allows natural ventilation and so on. So it's mainly about the architecture, not about the cultural aspect of it. And then I have Stavros Cultural Center in Greece, and it has a strong connection and relationship with the water and has a sloping part, which is something I really want to do, and it's it's very light filled and it looks light, which is something I really liked. And I also have the enabling village, the same as Abby's, and I liked it because it integrates a lot of things and it's accessible and inclusive as well. And for the building concept, I want a community cultural hub, like adding tourism and all that. And I want it to be day-lit and sustainable and economical, and I wanted to have a neighborhood scale where I don't want it to be very grand looking, but I want it to be accessible and feel accessible to everyone. And these are opportunities for the concept. And the elements I want to add to my design is basically being a community center, having open spaces and incorporating the streets for a more neighborhood scale. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Nada.
Thank you.
Uh, can you go back to the building program and the cultural things that you want to bring in for your project brief?
This one?
Yeah, so I think on this part it is not yet detailed. Okay, because I think it's too general at the moment. It's a social club, ethnic festival. what is the items that you want to focus on the ethnic festivals? What is the items that you want to focus on the art, on the music, or which one? If you want to go for art and the detail art that one. If you want to go for the ethnic festivals and it's going to be a festival hub, then details on that one. Because I don't want that to be too many because it's going to be hard for you to tackle. That's what I have commented earlier.
The first thing I wanted to mainly focus on is the tourism aspect of it and allowing locals and individuals to have businesses in the center. What I mean?
Yeah, understood. But then when you have too many, I'm afraid you will not have enough time to complete it.
Yeah.
That's
So
why.
it's on one of the clients.
Sorry, again?
Should I focus on one of the clients instead of
A
both?
client, I have no problem with the client. It's about the building program.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I have no problem. You want to choose two clients, with the main client and co-client. There is no problem with that. It's just that on the subject of the building program, the things that you want to focus on. Like just now, Hero is focusing on the arts, on the art performance. And then, apa lagi tadi? Farah will be focusing on the food. Akmal on the music. Something like that.
Yeah. So can I focus on tourism as a
Yeah,
business?
but tourism is too wide, my dear.
Yeah.
There are too many things about tourism. You need to be focused on, is it agriculture? Agriculture is also part of tourism.
Yeah.
Eco-culture is also part of tourism. Games is also part of tourism. It's about the culture. Tourists will come to your place when you have a strong building program that will attract them. But when you have too many, then there will be no focus.
Yeah.
Because the site itself is like a gateway or a snippet before they experience a real thing throughout the year. So it is where they can find it's like a pit stop.
Okay.
Okay, because now at the moment your building program is too wide. You need to be more focused on the things. If you want to talk about ethnic, which ethnic are you focusing on? Is it Malay? Is it Indian? Is it Chinese?
Can I say Malaysian?
No, it's too many. Like I said,
Okay.
Malaysian
Yeah.
itself too many. Malay, they have their different festivals. When too many things, believe me, my dear, you cannot handle that until the end because we only have
Yeah.
about what, 10 weeks, 11 weeks in order for you to complete.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to kill yourself by doing too many things at one time
Okay.
because it's too wide to handle. So let's focus on a few things. If you want to go for music, then choose music. Or perhaps you want to go for art. I think so far I haven't heard anybody taking martial art.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Okay, martial art of the locals. Malay, Chinese, what do they do in terms of martial art? I mean, the Malaysian martial art. It's not kung fu. It's not. The traditional martial art.
All right. Inshallah.
Okay,
Look
okay.
into that.
Because martial art is a things where it involves a lot of generation, and then it can become a center where people can come and then be part of it. Then there will be a performance of martial art. There's a lot of things you can do.
All right.
Okay, try to think of it. It's just a suggestion, but it's up to you. If you want to dig
Yeah,
into
I'll look
different
into it.
things,
Inshallah.
then I leave it to you to decide. But I
Right.
want to see a better version. Okay, something which is more easy to handle.
All
Okay,
right.
if not, it's too wide. To start later, you will find it hard.
Yeah.
It's, you know, you if you want to tackle for the ethnic festival, how you want to provide the space for that, and if you want to include in all the music, all the art exhibitions, there are too many things, my dear. With the 1 acre building or 1 acre site.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so try to be more focused on a few things. If you want to make like a martial art, but in terms of esports, something like that, try to think out the box.
All right. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, all right, Nada.
All right.
It's Akila, is it?